بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين. اللهم صل على Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad. Today inshallah we're going to talk about our 12th Imam Mahdi. Our Imam Mahdi name is Muhammad ibn al-Hassan, the son of Hassan al-Askari. Because these days we have few people that are claiming that they're Imam Mahdis. And those people, one of them is in Yemen and one in Iraq, and many are coming now. Every time they send me messages, they're saying you should believe in me, I'm Imam Mahdi. So I'll say, yay, I received an email from Imam Mahdi today, and I'll be happy. Actually, Imam Mahdi, he doesn't, he has the ultimate technology. He doesn't use emails or cell phones, or even he can use them, but he has more technology than anyone can ever imagine. And today, in this lecture, we're going to reveal what exactly, how Allah Azza wa Jal, He created Imam Mahdi, and why He is created. Because many people ask why there is a Imam Mahdi that is hidden, or why is an Imam that is hidden. What's the wisdom behind that? Most of philosophers, they approach such subject, they're saying Allah Azza wa Jal, He always has His own wisdom, and His own wisdom in His secrecy, because He's hidden, because Allah Azza wa Jal, He wants to show that human being need an Imam, and we should always struggle to get him back. This is mainly how we answer all questions. But really, if we look more deeper into how Allah Azza wa Jal created Imams, before I told you, and He created all the sciences from the Imams, and even the Quran reflect all that. I always receive emails, they're saying how science go hand in hand with the Quran, the Word of God, the Holy Quran. And they start sending me different verses about showing that how you connect this one with science, or how this is not connected to science. I always say, like Imam Hussein told us, the Holy Quran, the Holy Book of Quran, has many levels to understand, and you can test that by your own self. When you open the Quran at the very beginning, you start reading, you think like very in the surface, like Allah Azza wa Jal, He's talking to you in a normal way. It's easy language. You feel it like this. But later, when you go a little deeper, you start feeling that there is something changing. There's more insight meaning, and later you start connect all the ayat together, and you'll find there is more even deeper meaning. And to you go to the point that I can claim that the Quran has only 600 pages, and in this 600 and some pages, and those in 600 and some pages, I can take them and I can divide each one of them to a story for each one of you guys here. The Quran, this book, only 600 pages, it's talking about all sciences, it's talking about all, whatever you can imagine, all the creation of Allah Azza wa Jal, all the hidden secrets of all the prophets, remember when we talked about Al-Fajr, Surah Al-Fajr, at the beginning, only wal-Fajr wal-Layal al-Ashr, only with this meaning we discovered something in physics, something in chemistry, something in biology, and even our body, how many systems that He has, even the outside universes, how many systems they have, only from one verse. So the more you go into it, the more you discover, the more you see that the Quran is giving you answers about what you're asking. For example, if my interest is physics, then Quran will give me physics. If your end interest is whatever it is, it will give you back. If you study biology or law or wisdom or anything you want. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. He said, he talked about the Quran and Ahlul Bayt. They go with each others till Allah Azza wa Jal, He permit to till Rasulullah he come back. This is basically what he said. So if the Quran is only 600 pages, and you can take all this science from, and it's all the verses are not changing. We cannot change this verse like 15 years from now, and then because science is updating. No, actually, usually science will go take from the Quran, if we take it from this way. But the reflection, the mirror of the Quran is Ahlul Bayt. Okay, and Ahlul Bayt is the Al-Quran al-Natiq, what we say. The Quran that speaks, that you can ask and they can answer you back. And from Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib to the Imam al-Hasan al-Askari, the father of Imam Mahdi, all of them, they tried their best to show humanity what they can learn. And do you know many stories about most of the Imams? Each one of them, they have his own, his own. Some of them their own du'a, some of them their own books, and how they changed. Even Imam Zain al-Abidin with Rasail al-Huquq, it was the first constitution for the human right ever been in existence. And some of them with the supplications, some of them with each one of them, he gave something individually beautiful. But with Imam Mahdi, we comes and we see there's new thing. Allah Azza wa Jal, He's introducing that Imam is gonna be hiding, not hiding because of fear. No, he's gonna be like behind the picture. You're gonna always feel him, but we go behind the picture. Okay, now we start asking, why is that? Like always, Allah Azza wa Jal, He wanna teach us something. We bring sciences. We look around us. We will start searching for answers. We see that most forces we live on, we feel them. They affect our life, but we cannot see. Like someone can ask me, give me an example. Let's go to Newton. Okay, he was sitting, and then he was sitting, and then there's an apple hitting his head, and then he if it was an Arabic Newton, it's a joke. He will say like, oh, that's a good, alhamdulillah, that's a rizq from Allah, and then you start eating. If it was Newton Arabic. But because he's British, he's discovered gravity. In reality, this idea was stolen from Arabs before the philosopher. It was stolen from Arabs.
I don't know.
Maybe fireworks or something. Yeah, he didn't like the joke. He cared for the gravity. Okay. Maybe electric transformers. It sounds like electric transformers. It's not gonna be bomb, right? Okay. Anyway, we'll go back. Newton. There's many books I read before that he took his idea from Arab philosophers. They used to live there, and they discovered, and even there's some evidence about what I'm claiming. All the sciences, they used to translate it from Arabic to their own language, and then he claimed that an apple hit his head, and then he discovered gravity. Okay, the gravity till this moment. Now, if we sit down together, many people think we know what's the gravity till this moment. When you ask immediately a person what is gravity, they say, okay, we bring something, and then we throw it, and then it will go down to earth. Okay, something will pull it down. But what is it exactly? What you're doing is you're explaining what is doing, right? If you ever thought about that, you always, when you someone asks you about the energy, you explain what this energy is doing. You're not telling me what is it. Is it an atom? Is it a small atom? Is it small photons? Is it an electromagnetic field? What is it exactly? Till this moment, many claims, but there's no strictly evidence showing me what exactly the gravity is. So how we know it? We know that gravity is what keeping Earth all in contact, all of it, because there's gravity from every place. If you see, the Earth is round sphere, and then from all sides there's gravity to the point that where's zero gravity inside Earth. Subhanallah, inside Earth there, if someone ever go inside Earth, he should be floating. At the same time, all the gravity is going toward him. This is how Allah Azza wa Jal, He created that. And then this energy, this gravitational force, we don't really know what is it, but we appreciate that it exists. And existence, why? Because it keeping us all together. Okay. Then the very name of Imam Mahdi, do you think Imam Mahdi, he existed only after when Allah Azza wa Jal created him after Imam Hassan, right? This is what we think from 1400 years ago. In reality, Allah Azza wa Jal in the Quran, and some verses will show us that, I'll mention them later. And Allah Azza wa Jal, He created at the very beginning, like we showed you before from the sacred geometry, that Rasulullah was the first ever to appear, and after that Imam Ali and everyone till Imam Mahdi. Okay, at that time, it was before anyone was created. Imam Mahdi was there before. His soul, his spirit was there, his light. So when Allah Azza wa Jal, He created the earth, there's some verses that showing that Allah Azza wa Jal, He is ordering the earth and the skies to come, and they should come. They should come to Him, to His throne. Many people, even Muslim, they think Allah Azza wa Jal, He is now sitting in regular chair, which is that's not in Islam. Allah Azza wa Jal, He doesn't have shape. He's not energy. He's not wind. He's not anything you can imagine. He's beyond everything you can imagine. So anyway, so Allah Azza wa Jal, when He want to make earth livable, you can live in earth. There's some creatures start to live like dinosaurs, even before dinosaurs. Whatever you can say, Allah Azza wa Jal, He sent this nur of Imam Mahdi. And when it start to be livable, why do we call him Imam Mahdi? Because بالإمام المهدي Allah Azza wa Jal مهد الأرض للعيش. In Arabic, I'll translate that. From his soul, from his spirit, Allah Azza wa Jal, He made earth as livable. If you know the name, many people now, even religious scholars, they say Mahdi is someone's gonna come, everyone will be happy, will be sitting there, and it's gonna be peaceful. But in Arabic, Mahdi, when you do tamheed for something, right? So for Allah Azza wa Jal to make something livable, He will send Imam Mahdi to it. So Imam Mahdi existed on earth very before when He physically appeared. His soul was there. Okay, now the second secret will be revealed immediately. The first, when we say, for example, we mention Imam Mahdi, we say, oh, Sahib al-Asr wa Zaman, right? The person who is like, I don't know, Sahib al-Asr wa Zaman, the master of time and space. Sahib al-Asr wa Zaman. Al-Asr, those two components. So, in reality, Imam Mahdi, when Allah Azza wa Jalla sent him, all earth were mumahad, like livable now. He gained this name. He gained this name. So he existed almost every time till he really appeared physically. That's why we call him Sahib al-Asr, the master of time and space. Okay. And at the very beginning of time, now I'm gonna go a little bit into philosophy. Please tell me if you don't understand. It's gonna be a little hard, but we will pass by fast. Allah Azza wa Jal, when He created, when we were living in a singularity, remember that? Singularity is a place that when the spirit of Rasulullah were created at the very beginning. I told you, singularity is one place that doesn't have any shape from behind. We cannot imagine that, right? By time you will start comprehending. Okay, when there's from zero, now He take you to 3D, to 2D, where Imam Ali were created, because he's the insight of Rasulullah, and then He created the 3D, take you to 3D. Now there's something called space, and it's in existence, and time is in existence. So in that time, when time and space in existence, Imam Mahdi appeared, because he was Sahib al-Asr wa Zaman. In that time.
That's when his nur was created.
Yeah, no, he was created before, but now he is the master of that world. So, in reality, what happened? The space is we live in it now, but at the time we don't live in it. And why? Let me tell you why. Because at the very beginning, now, if we go into science, when there's this Big Bang, the Big Bang in the time of the universe is less than 0.001 second, and then everything will end. Okay, now let me make it closer to you. Now we'll have small fire bomb or something. Okay, we push the button, it's gonna be like a bomb, right? And then you'll hear this huge thing, and then the voice, and then it will close, right? But can you imagine yourself? You are one atom. You're not a human being. You're one atom floating next to that bomb. What do you wanna feel exactly around that, when a bomb detonated? What are you gonna feel? You're gonna feel with too much time, too much energy passing by you. It's gonna take too much time, and then it will go away, right? Because we are so small in space, the whole universe time, maybe it's 0.011 second. For let's say now we're remembering Imam Mahdi. We say, for Imam Mahdi, let's say you lived 1,400 years. I don't want to say you lived at the very beginning of the creation of Earth. You know how time is passing fast by Imam Mahdi? You know how fast is it? You know how fast to be responsible for millions of people at the same moment, to always read what they're doing, to pray for them, to feel for them, to change them, to all this for Imam Mahdi. So from the beginning of time till this moment, we established that Sahib al-Zaman, Sahib the place, al-Makan, is establishment. Allah Azza wa Jalla already established it. But with Sahib al-Zaman, it is with him, under he's the master of that. So what I'm referring to, what kind of technology? I'm referring to a technology side now. Now we always say that when Imam Mahdi comes, teleportation will be easy. I claimed that before. Teleport, like you gonna go from here to Lebanon maybe in two seconds, you'll be there. Why? Because each one of us, regardless of existence of the machines, the high technology scales we're gonna gain, when a person become full, like complete person, you'll be able to control matter. I told you that before, right? We are made from what? From clay. But we have 4 forces inside us. We have fire. Fire is when you get angry. Water, I told you, it's the shahwa. We always want to go everywhere. Like water, when there's a flood inside you, because you want to do everything, you want to take all the money. And then there's the third force, wind. Yes. So all those together, when you take them, because you are made from clay, the clay can control them. When you are in control all these ones, Allah Azza wa Jal, He'll give you something that doesn't exist in the matter. And when we claim that He is Allah Azza wa Jal, when He call Him Sahib al-Asr wa Zaman, then I told you, like from the philosophical point of view, the time for us is going slow, but when we live in it more, it will be fast. Like for example, when you ask now a person, he's studying in a high school, and he's sitting in a math class, he's so bored. You tell him, is it time going fast by you? You say, no, it's so slow, I'm so bored. But when you go to an old guy, you tell him, how did you live your life? He'll say, it's so fast. I cannot believe I lived all these years. You see that even though we're still living in the same time. Same thing for the universe. When we live on Earth, living day by day is little long, but when you take it all apart, because you are living it now from your memory, you're not living it in reality. You see? But at the same time, there's time in your memories. You see how Allah Azza wa Jalla creating all this together? It is very simple, at the same time very complicated.
It's like when they say, like when you're like very in the moment, like the time just flies.
Fly. But when you remember a moment, you remember it very fast. But you still, does your memory have time? You see, does your memory is remembering the facts or remembering the time of the facts? You see what I mean? If you're gonna go into philosophy, it's gonna be very complicated. But at the same moment, you're living all this. We are living in it. Imam Mahdi, he is the master of all that. He is the master of time. This is his miracle. So now we flip, we go here. I'm going into circles around a subject that I want you to get indirectly. Okay, this subject is saying that why he is hidden. So now you are living in your memory. You're dry. There's a connection, right? When you live something, okay, now you remember it. Do you remember it with time or with no time? Or you just remember the facts? Well, since Imam Mahdi is the master of all that, what is he exactly? Okay.
What is he exactly?
Yeah.
It's your spirit, your belief.
Yeah, he is all that. He is the point where all the time is circulating around him now, and even
He's
before,
like-
at the very
He's
beginning.
like the sun for the universe.
For the universe, yes.
He's like the nucleus?
Exactly. He is like the nucleus of time itself. So time itself cannot be seen. You can feel it. You can feel it. All the forces that we live under. Same thing like the gravity I told you. There's a point where it's zero, and then everything is circulating around it. It is controlling everything at the same time. Everything needed it to stay. So when we say in one of the du'as about the Imam al-Mahdi, if he didn't exist on earth, there will be no earth, because all earth will be shattered. There is no none of us here. He has something great to Allah Azza wa Jal for you to keep it. Believe me, we do so many bad mistakes. We hurt our parents. We hurt all the people around us. We do all these things, but we always ask for forgiveness. But Allah Azza wa Jal, when He's gonna create something to keep the universe holding each other, He needs something that has deserved that something. So we are lucky to have Imam Mahdi in our time, because many people before, even the prophets, they lived for that dream. Not just because they lived, because He's gonna come back and then bring the big establishment that gonna full of justice, peace, and so on. So not just that, no, because this being is so valuable. Imam Mahdi is so valuable as being, as existence, because he is time. He is the nucleus of time. He is this nucleus that everything revolves around it. Okay. So now he have all this. He have all this knowledge. Why? Because he lived it all. He lived it from the very beginning, from even before dinosaurs. All this dynasty, this culture, because he was the nucleus of time. I told you before, when you are in existence, you have a space, right? A space. This is mean a time. Let me tell you something. Now, our sun is floating in the universe. It's going very fast, very, very fast, circulating around what? Around a black hole in the middle of universe. Behind it, the Earth is following by elliptical forces, right? And then all the planets is going behind the sun. So where is exactly the time of that? Now we know our time by what? By morning and by night. Let me take the sun away. How are you gonna know where you are now? I mean, what's time now? We won't know anymore. So what's the time of the universe? We always say time of the universe is something predictable. Like we can predict, but maybe 50% right, maybe 50% wrong. We don't really know yet. Scientists, when you open, let's say, Popular Science or American Scientist, or all those covers, from every article to every article, you see it contradicting itself, because we are not in a right establishment yet. We don't really know where we are. We are in some place in the Milky Way. They will show you where you are, but what's the time of that? We don't have time for it. Who made that time in existence? Because Allah Azza wa Jalla, He created Imam Mahdi. مهد الأرض بها. مهد الأرض يعني He prepared this space that we live on to have time. So that's why Imam Mahdi in existence. So when Allah Azza wa Jalla, He ordered Imam Mahdi to go away, he's gonna be like every force in nature. You feel it's a fact. It does exist. It does change you, shape you, make you older, make you younger. Whatever it is, it will bring you down to earth always, will keep you always attracted, but at the same time, what? You cannot see it. But when Imam Mahdi he's gonna appear, you're gonna see all those sciences in front of you. For the first
tangible, Yami Hash?
No?
They'll be tangible?
Yeah, everything will be tangible when he appear. Yeah.
And you can
Time
touch
and
it?
gravity and.
Yeah. No, you can know what is it. Because I told you before, Imam Mahdi when he comes, he'll bring you 22% of knowledge. Now we have only 1%, maybe 0.7, 0.8. With all what we have 0. Only. When he comes, we will become almost hitting 20, 22. But he's not. Why there's 75 missing? They're not missing because he's gonna bring you physical science. But the rest 75% of that is what? Is spiritual. He's building spirituality. We are not gonna be depending in machines when Imam Mahdi is gonna come. Many people they think he's gonna bring many high-tech machines. Don't get me wrong, but he is building the human. I told you a human being now, if he's right, he's built right, he's living right, he's eating right, he's living inside the edge of Allah Azza wa Jal. He will be beyond the four matters that Allah Azza wa Jal created you from. You will live before that. Yani above that, yeah, beyond that. So what about Imam Mahdi when he come and he give you his blessings? His blessings mean like, for example, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Inna anzalnahu fi laylatul qadr wa ma adraka ma laylatul qadr. Laylatul qadri khayru min alfi shahr. Allah Azza wa Jalla is talking in Surah Al-Qadr about this night of power is equal to 1,000 what? 1,000 months. Okay, for you, for example, a spiritual guy, he's going toward Allah Azza wa Jal. He need a lot of time to what? To be closer to Allah, to prove that he deserve it. So one time is equal, one night, Allah Azza wa Jal, he gave you equal to 1,000 months. I'll give you the small story, little story about why this happened. Why is it equal like this from the spiritual point of view, not from different point of view. The spiritual point of view say that before Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there is many prophets. They used to live for 500, 600 years, 700 years. Humanity used to live that long. A person to call him mu'min, not like now. Now a mu'min is very easy to be. Like just grow your beard a little bit, you know. Like, you know, say Allahu Akbar, hold a masbaha for a month, and then everyone will call you Hajj, mu'min. This is how easy it is. Before, no, it wasn't like this. Before Prophet Muhammad sallallahu, during the prophets, other prophets, you have to live 80 years of prayers, 80 years of supplications. You give too much from your time to Allah Azza wa Jal. You do prayer, many things, many deeds, many good deeds for 80 years for Allah Azza wa Jal to call you mu'min. So when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam came, and then before him a little bit, and before like 200, 300 years before his appearance, people start living shorter. They're not like used to be before, not like hundreds of years, maybe 50, 60 years, 70 years, and they die. So now, like, let's say a person, he's gonna try to be mu'min, how he can take this? Allah Azza wa Jal, he granted you that by what? By Laylatul Qadr. He said, do Laylatul Qadr in the right way. Allah Azza wa Jal, he grant you to be a mu'min in one night only. He substituted. Yes, he substituted. So Laylatul Qadr khayru min alfi shahr, in this form, in this meaning. Okay. So when Imam, he is better than Laylatul Qadr. So when he give you his blessings, what is gonna be better than 1 million year? So let's say Imam Mahdi, when he say, I give you my blessing to a person, I give this blessing to this person, what's gonna happen to that person? If Laylatul Qadr you do it in the right way, it will bring you to a laqab, to be a real mu'min in the eyes of Allah Azza wa Jal. What about an Imam that he is time and he is give you his blessing to go to the spiritual way, to go to the science way, to go to whatever way you are trying to be. So look how is it. So what is now our duty toward that? I'm not gonna mention, even when I'm saying I'm not gonna mention that, I'm still mentioning. Okay, I'm not gonna mention that we should be always close to him, because everyone know his duties toward. I'm not gonna mention that, but we can, and during this time, believe me, there's little time before his appearance. Make his ghaiba, because he's hitting a good, something good for you, because during that time, this is the highest. Allah Azza wa Jalla is gonna grant highest credits for mu'mins before he come. But when he come, many people they're gonna start believing, and I believe me, their salats gonna be, it's always gonna be important, but it's not as important as now.
When you're preparing. for
Yes, let's say maybe some narration say one salat now is better than 70,000 times the salat when Imam Mahdi is gonna come, because now you see Imam Mahdi is in front of your eyes. But now, if you feel Imam Mahdi, like you feel the gravity that he's pulling you all together for that religion, for the sake of you, it's gonna be a big, completely different than when you see him in front of your eyes. When you're gonna see the gravity, let's say when he appear, he show you some technological devices that will define what exactly gravity. You'll be, oh, this is it. You know, I never thought about it, but thank you for telling me. Some people they said, okay, we've been thinking too much about it, and thank you for bringing it. We're gonna be so appreciative. Look, their heart is gonna be different than those people. Why? Because they've been struggling for it. They've been trying to discover that. If a person is into, let's say, biology or into physics, he's gonna spend all his nights, his mornings, his best time. Let's say everyone in the family is having fun except him. He's trying to discover what is gravity, right? It's taking all his brain. He's gonna be sitting in his room, and then all theories in front of his eyes. Why? Because he's discovering the gravity. That now there's a force that is the master of time and gravity, is called Imam Mahdi. So this person is spending all his time thinking about Imam Mahdi. He's gonna go into this force. He's gonna melt himself into this love. It's gonna be completely different than a person that when he's gonna see Imam Mahdi to believe on it. This is the scale. And not just that, Allah Azza wa Jal, He granted that when Imam Mahdi when he appeared, those people who really melted themselves with Imam Mahdi always gonna be taking the same credit. Their salat is gonna be 70,000 better than a person who never believed in Imam Mahdi, or he believed on him, but he said, who cares? You know, I'm not affecting. I believe in him. If it's right, then I'm safe. If it's not right, then I'll ask Allah Azza wa Jal forgiveness. Some people they say that now. They always, they're saying let's be in a safe side. I'll say Imam Mahdi is here. If he wasn't here, who cares? If he was here, we're safe. This is how they say it. Yeah, they're double standard. They live that life. But you cannot be like this. There's this poet, he said, لا توجد منطقة وسطى ما بين الجنة والنار. There's no middle place between nar or heaven. Either nar or either heaven. Either hellfire or even heaven. There's no middle place. So same thing with dealing with imams. If you want to discover him, you go beyond time, you go beyond space. Imam Mahdi, he lived in they always العرفانيين, the religious people, they say he lived in a jazira, right, in an island, beautiful island. And they asked Sheikh Bahjat, they said, where's this the jazira? He said, inside every heart, every mu'min heart, this jazira. So many people looked, oh, he's a good poet. Sheikh Bahjat is a good poet because he made the heart a jazira. Oh, how cute, but in reality, no. In reality, this is the truth. Your heart is this island. Why? Because you are melting with his space, melting with his time, because he is the master of space and time. How you connect with Imam Mahdi? With melting with space and time. How? By living this, living his what he's doing. You don't want to be like what he's doing now, and then you start imagining now he's walking, next to Beirut, next to your sha'a over there, or in Jnoub, or no, it's melting yourself with what exactly important for him now. Why? Because he claimed from narrations that people, when they go to Imam Mahdi, they go for their own sakes. Let's say Imam Mahdi, I have a business, I open business, please give me tawfiq, I remembered you. And he feel like it's hard for him. Why? Because you're always remembering him for your own sakes. You never remember him for his own sakes. Well, you never remember how hard it is for him to be living all this time alone. Even though, let's say he has a family, let's say he has a friends, but all of them, they die, and different friends, they come, and look how many times he changed different people, and those people, he wait them, let's say 30, 40 years to change, to know them. They know Imam Mahdi, and then they die. and then different people they come, then he has to change him back. Look how hard it is. Every one of you here, I assume, every one of you, he had a story with Imam Mahdi, even by a dream, even by a story, like story happened to him, even by someone you know that he said, I saw Imam Mahdi in dreams, or Imam Mahdi changed my life, or so and so. So we are, let's say, 200, 300 million Shia, not just that, even all Muslims. Imam Mahdi for all Muslims. Imam Mahdi did have a story with every single one of those Muslims. I assume 100%, I'm sure 100% that this is what happened. So this being, with all this time, with all this space that he took for you, for your own sake, to change you, to bring you to religion back, so how can you appreciate that? So we sit all day long doing dua al-nutba. Is it enough? It's amazing, dua al-nutba. We do all ziyarat al-yasin every day. I assume almost nobody do that every single day. Do we do salat rak'atayn hadiyah al-Imam Mahdi every day? Nobody do that. And he is every single day, believe me, every single day he is worrying about you. He is trying to change your life. He's trying to change every single one of life here now, inside every one of you. Believe it. Yeah. I'm not saying something out of fantasies or to give you touchy moment. I don't care about giving you touchy moment. It is the truth. Imam Mahdi, when he sit and he start looking at suhuf, suhuf, like small that we do every single week, he see it twice every single week. So does he see your name appearing at the very beginning or appearing at the very end? And when he see it appearing at the very end, how hard it is for him. Now he has to go back and has to work all to bring you back up. He will work to bring you back up. How many times you want to go to have a job and you never have the job? You say, why? What did I do to Allah Azza wa Jal to not give me this job? I'm so good. Why I'm not having this job? But in reality, if you went to that job, it will be very bad for you. Because when you have the money, you're going to forget Allah Azza wa Jal more. Life will buy you. Allah Azza wa Jal, He mentioned, reversed that in the Quran. He said, Allah yashtari, يعني who is putting himself for sale? Who can put himself now for sale? But Allah Azza wa Jalla said in the Quran, I will buy the mu'mineen from anfusihim. I will buy you from yourself. This is why Allah Azza wa Jalla said, I'll buy mu'mineen from myself if they put themselves for sale. But for what? You have now two options. You have to put yourself for sale for the devil, or you put yourself for sale for Allah Azza wa Jalla. When you put yourself for sale, Allah Azza wa Jalla, now He will buy it from. But what? After what? You have to go inside many tests. But during this test, what's gonna happen? Imam Mahdi is gonna appear. He's gonna be the Rahmatullah Azza wa Jal. This is how Allah Azza wa Jal, He mentioned Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I said this one before, but I'll add something more to it. He said Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, by the name of Allah, the most merciful. Yeah, the most gracious. But in Arabic, ar-Rahman mean what? Someone forgiving. Ar-Rahim even more. But what? It is universal. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Ar-Rahman for everyone. Ar-Rahim only for mu'mineen. Why? Because He has imams for they work under the rayat of Rahim. They have under Rahim. We have Imam Mahdi, we have Imam Ali, we have Imam Hassan, Imam Hussein. They're gonna be with you here and they're gonna be with you hereafter. When a person die, they're gonna be there next to him. A good person. But a bad person? Any questions?
So the whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay. So you know how you're saying like he's Imam Sahib in the hospital was the man.
No.
Well, first even I have to see if this was even true, but I heard from something I was watching, the lecturer was saying about how people like always say like what is like when you go to like Jannah or Jahannam, like you're there forever, like eternity. He's saying like in reality, saying like people tell him like how like if we're there forever, how we're not gonna get bored or something like that, like it's forever. And he's saying in reality it's not like by time. He's like once you go into the akhirah, like time ceases to exist. He said, is this true?
Yeah, no, in Akhirah time will not exist anymore.
Yeah.
There will not be time anymore.
Yeah, this is what he's saying.
Yeah, because they're more, yeah.
Okay, so like when the Quran says like about Jannah, like in the Mu'mineen, it says Khalidina fiha abada. So if there is no more time, like what is this? Like what is the relationship between this and Imam Mahdi?
Yeah, Allah Azza wa Jal, when He talked to you from the Quran, He talked to you about what you are capable of understanding. Yes, let's say now something beyond time, beyond space, you cannot comprehend anymore. So when He tell you, you are there for infinity, always you're gonna be there. Now you can comprehend it, but there's no more time. I mentioned why before a little bit. I was talking, if you remember, about the spirit. Now we don't have spirit inside us. No one has a spirit. We always say in Arabic or in English, he lost his spirit, or he gone away, or when someone died. But when someone dies, Allah Azza wa Jalla in the Quran, I'm re-mentioning all this for the new people. In the Quran, He never said anything about the spirit existing inside the body. He said, Ya ayatuha nafsul mutma'inna. He doesn't say, oh dear soul mutma'inna. No, He said nafs, yourself mutma'inna. So your real struggle in now, you are struggling for what? To have your soul, that it's from Ruh Allah Azza wa Jal. When you are saying, I am melting in love to Allah Azza wa Jal, doesn't mean Allah is coming to you and then you are melting inside. No, what's happening is you are opening to your soul, because this soul is not yours, it's for Allah Azza wa Jal. So when you are having high spiritual level way connection, your spirituality, your nafkhat Allah Azza wa Jal, the spirit of Allah Azza wa Jal is around you. This is the energy. So the people who go to hell, when Allah Azza wa Jal He say in the Quran, He will forget them. How Allah Azza wa Jal can He forget? He will never forget anything. But in the meaning, this is direct meaning, indirectly that He's saying those people will not have a spirit anymore. So a person, he doesn't have a spirit, what he is like a Windows software. When we have it in a computer, this Windows software, can you touch it? Can you see it? It's a program. Their nafs will be feeding out of hell. They're not feeding out of spirit like now what we are. So now forget Allah Azza wa Jal. You are in the eyes of Allah Azza wa Jal dead, even if you are still living in the hayat al-dunya. When you die, a person when die, if he's a mu'min, he's feeding out his spirit. But when the energy of his self will be his soul. But when someone die, he's bad, his energy will be what? Fire, hellfire. Like now when you turn on your car, we turn on our car by burning something, right? Okay, this is the hellfire for the bad people. But for the good people, it will be the energy of the spirit, which is come from Allah Azza wa Jal. This is how a person melt in Allah Azza wa Jal.
So when we hear when you die, take your spirit from you, that's all.
Yeah, there's no spirit inside you. You are connected to your spirit like a Wi-Fi. Your spirit is just energy.
So the more religious you try to become, the closer you become to your spirit?
Yeah, no, your spirit will open more to you. It will send you more energy. And when you are more into more energy, you are changing your atoms.
It's like everything's all in reverse from what we've learned growing up.
Yeah, you see the problem is, it's not a problem and problem at the same time. When we were young, our parents, they were trying so hard to convince us that we really exist here and everything is materialistic. But when you hit a point that you start praying, you need to start acquiring this spiritual way, you start going back. You really need to don't believe all what you were convinced. Yes, you need to be drawn away and then go back to the reality, what we call al-fitra. This is what is al-fitra.
Your instinct.
Growing up, you always heard when the Mahdi comes out, technology's not going to work, and you always relate Mahdi technology. So people say he's going to come back to the sword days. Now he just explained what the Mahdi is. Now all starts making sense, but nobody really knew how to explain it.
Yeah.
Now it makes sense based on how you explained it. Why everyone always relates the Mahdi to technology and energy.
Yeah, because I told you when you go beyond your four what you were created for material you were created for, you will be beyond that. A normal person can go beyond that. What about a person who get the blessing of Imam Mahdi and with all those sciences? You know, when he's gonna come, technology will stop, yeah, because it will be so, I'm sorry to say, so limited. We will look at the computer saying, oh, how did we think a computer is so high tech? How we could believe, yeah, it's so high tech. How did we didn't know about, I don't want to claim that, but in my belief that Imam Mahdi is not able to teleport you from place to place. He'll be able to bring some stuff from the past to that point, and in the future he will be, every one of us will be able to see Karbala live, not by
Of course,
TV.
if he's space and time,
Yeah.
you can take people back and forth.
Yeah, not in TV, not 3D technology, but in reality what happened exactly. So this is the claim. This is why we say it. Many mashaykh, they say, oh, technology will stop. No, it will not stop. We will think so limited when we
We're
use.
gonna advance
It's
past the
insignificant.
level beyond that.
Oh yeah,
Insignificant.
oh yeah, beyond any imagination in science. So, what is required to melt yourself with Imam Mahdi? Sciences will come to you. Will come to you. You will understand sciences like this. Don't think science come to you by reading. Even though I always say it's good to read, it's not that. Allah Azza wa Jal, when He want to bring someone to know, it is just like a light.
It's like inspired.
It's come to you. Yes, like, you know, did you ever read about Luqman al-Hakim? Luqman, he's in mentioned, Allah Azza wa Jal, He mentioned him in the Quran. He had so much wisdom. What? The story of Luqman, that angels came to him. And then they always used to watch him, to Luqman. He was so wise. People used always to ask him about stuff, and he used to answer them very right. So angels came down and they said, Allah Azza wa Jal, he sent you that to be a prophet now. And he said, I will be not like against what, not like what you will understand, but let me talk to Allah Azza wa Jal. And he said to Allah Azza wa Jal, please Allah, don't make me a prophet. So the angels were so surprised that it was a so high privilege that you become a prophet during that time. It's like Allah Azza wa Jal chose you for His own sake. And Luqman, he said, I'm sorry Allah, I don't want to be a prophet. So Allah Azza wa Jal, to reward him, because why? Because he tested himself. He said, I'm unable to be a prophet. It's so heavy load. And I'm so scared that I will make Allah Azza wa Jal angry at me one day. I don't want to make Allah Azza wa Jal angry. I'm good being a servant. I don't want to be a prophet. Because of this wisdom, Allah Azza wa Jal, He sent him the real wisdom, that it was like a light. It covered him from the very highest hair to his legs, the very bottom. This is one of the narrations saying. So when he woke up, he woke up knowing all the sciences of wisdom. Science of wisdom mean controlling water. You'll be able to bring a droplet of water. It will be floating, and then change the structure of water, and then give it to someone, and then this water will cure you from cancer. This is the real wisdom. Controlling the matter, not being wise, writing a books, and then you'll be at the end, taking pictures, selfie with them. Say, hey, I was with this wise guy. No, not like some people. In India they say they're wise people, and they make always new nice books. They're saying how to evolve, and then how to do revolution, and then no, it's not. This is not wisdom. This is regular things. I can give you ayah from the Quran will make you like him if you always repeat it.